The air was thick with salt and revolution. 13 colonies lined the edge of a continent, restless under the boot of empire. But this wasn't just a tale of rebellion. It was the birth of something unprecedented, a country built not on lineage or conquest, but on an idea. The idea was simple, dangerous, and unheard of, that all men are created equal, that power must answer to the people, and that freedom is not given, it is seized. It began not with bullets, but with taxes. Paper, tea, stamps. Decrees from across the ocean, passed by a king who had never set foot on colonial soil. Parliament claimed it was fair. The colonists saw it differently. No taxation without representation, they cried, not just a slogan, but the drumbeat of a brewing storm. In Boston, tension sparked into fire. On a cold night in 1770, redcoats opened fire on a crowd of civilians. Blood stained the snow. The Boston Massacre, they called it. Not the first act of war, but the first act of defiance. In the shadows, whispers of independence became louder. By 1773, it boiled over. Disguised as Mohawk warriors, men boarded British ships and dumped 342 chests of tea into the harbor. The salt water turned bitter with protest. London responded with fury. The coercive acts followed. But the colonies, instead of submitting, formed the First Continental Congress. And in 1775, the first shots rang out at Lexington and Concord. No one remembers who fired first, but in that moment, muskets spoke louder than words. The revolution had begun. Just 1 year later, July 4, 1776, a parchment bore the ink of rebellion. The Declaration of Independence, penned by Thomas Jefferson and sharpened by debate, was not just a break from Britain, it was a blueprint for something entirely new. But dreams demand blood. The war was brutal. Ragtag militias faced the world's most powerful army. Washington led not just troops, but belief. Crossing the icy Delaware, his men frostbitten and starving, he struck a victory that lit a spark across the colonies. At Saratoga, the tide turned. France joined the fight, seeing in America a chance to strike at old enemies. At Yorktown in 1781, British General Cornwallis surrendered, trapped by land and sea. The colonies had done the unthinkable. They had won. But winning freedom and keeping it are not the same. After the war, the United States was a collection of states in name more than unity. The Articles of Confederation were weak. The economy crumbled. The government was toothless. Rebellion still brewed, this time from within. Shays' Rebellion in 1786 shook the fragile Union to its core. In Philadelphia, 1787, the most important meeting in American history took place. A constitutional convention. Behind closed doors, minds clashed. Hamilton, Madison, Franklin, they debated, argued, and crafted a document that would shape the modern world, the US Constitution. It was radical. 3 branches of government. Checks and balances. A republic, not a monarchy. And later, 10 amendments that would become the Bill of Rights, freedom of speech, religion, press, and protection from tyranny. The United States was no longer just an idea. It was a living experiment.